I had one young lady from, I'm sure it was Edmonton, and she said, "What is this place?" She was so surprised. She said, "I have never seen anything like this." And then I give her the tour, and she's just all excited, and she wants to bring more people out to see this because she thinks it's unusual. And where did you get all this art? And then they learned the story that it was my husband's grandfather, and he was this artist from Germany, then America, and now Canada. And the story goes on.
No matter where you go, if you tell them your name, they know it. They know who you are. And they've heard of the art gallery, and that is no matter where you go. It's just something that has become very famous. And being that he has painted churches all over North America, over 100 churches in his time, for all denominations, and people know the name. And yeah, it's very well known.
It stands as a fitting testament to the life of Berthold Imhoff, the artist of St. Walburg.
Well, Mr. Imhoff was born in Germany in 1868, and he displayed quite a talent of being able to paint and draw already when he was quite young. His parents didn't really want him to do this. They did not encourage him, that's for sure. The story goes there was somebody else noticed that there was not a family member, and this person was of great means perhaps, and he sponsored him to go to art school. To recognize Imhoff's art, first of all, is his colors. He has very vibrant colors. And the age of the paintings, along with the colors as they're so beautiful, many people say, "Have you retouched them up?" Well, no, how could you? You could never retouch them. I mean, he made these colors, you can't reproduce them. I haven't seen many paintings that are 13 by 18 feet on a canvas. Some people maybe paint huge murals on the walls of buildings. But this is on canvas that he had to buy and prepare and paint by the North Light and all this kind of procedure. That's another thing, the huge size. And then the perfect perspective. Anything he wanted to have change or turn with you, it appears that things in his paintings would follow you. A bench appears to turn with you. The feet seem to turn with you. The cross piece of Christ on the cross seems to turn if you walk across. Baby Jesus follows you with his arms. The mother looks like she's turning this child to you all the time. And the eyes, if he's painted them to look at you, they'll always be looking at you. He used good materials. He used 23 karat gold leaf in his work. That gold leaf is so delicate that if you rub it, it disappears. There have been people that do know gold leafing that have come as visitors to the studio, and they have remarked that he must have been just excellent at this work. One of his art instructor in Germany, one of his teachers had a daughter, I guess, and he married her. It was Matilda Joner was her name. In the 1890s, they moved to Pennsylvania, Ohio first probably. That was when they moved to the States, and then he had a huge business in the States. Like he did all these churches in the States, and and then he also had an art school in Germany at Pforzheim.
He liked hunting, and he was in contact with some people at Munster, priests, and they were also hunters. And he ended up coming up here hunting and came up to this area. And there was inexpensive land, bought land up here, moved up here, and built what you see here today.
I live on a farm just 2 miles north, and we're neighbors for 35 years now. So I've always been kind of interested. I knew Bert's mom and dad really well. They were really good neighbors, really nice people. So I'm not a newcomer anymore, but you see the value of having something like this right, you know, it still intrigues me of how Imhoff moved here in 1914 or whatever. Like, why did he choose this? You know, that's the story is very intriguing.
Everybody says this area is quite a bit like the part of Germany where he came from, around Mannheim. And he liked horses, he liked riding. He always had horses. But Dad always said he was down here painting every day, except in the fall of the year when it was hunting season, then he was hunting.
What you see is just a small percentage of what he actually did, if you take into account those 100 buildings, if not more. We have a list of all his churches and some of the homes and banks and stuff that he did, but there's even some missing, like the Prince Albert Sacred Heart Cathedral. Especially Canadian churches could not afford to pay for what his work was worth. And he didn't say, well, I won't do it if you don't pay me. And that was not him at all. Whatever you can afford is fine. It's just important that you have something from the homeland, probably Germany or wherever, where you had beautiful churches decorated. And a lot of the people couldn't read, so if they had the pictures, it would remind them of the Bible, the stories that, you know, if they couldn't read, they could see the pictures. And so his artwork was all he really had to give, and so that's what he gave. One lady came to the studio and she started to cry because she said, I was at the Sistine Chapel, and she was crying, and I said, well, what's wrong? What was she said? And God forgive me, but this is better.
Building was open to the public ever since I can remember, and we never went to the lake on a Sunday or during the summer. The place was closed in the wintertime, but in the summer somebody had to be here all the time in case somebody came to see the art gallery. And it's still that way.
And what happens in a few years when Bert and Phyllis get older, or what, like, how are we going to carry this on or keep it going? And that's where we are sort of now. Is a ways from retirement yet, but you know, looking down the future, you got to think about what happens to these places down the road.
I suppose there'll always be somebody willing to donate some time, and it'll probably be family because it's so in our veins, in our heart, whatever, that we keep this as it is. It's a memory of I think a great person who lived a long time ago, but is still not that far away in a sense.
If you have program ideas that you'd like to see on Local On Demand, write us at max.local@sasktel.com. Max Local programming is now available online at maxonline.sasktel.com.